question. Did you know that how you express your anger has everything to do with your testosterone and estrogen levels? Well, let me explain it to you. When we experience anger, anger is really not the first emotion you experience. You really experience hurt or fear first. You're hurt by what has happened. You're afraid it's going to happen again. And so your response is a way to send a message to the other person or people to let them know, don't you ever do that again in life. And so we all have an anger meter. I say 0 is whatever, I don't care. 5 is watch it. 10 is everybody run. And when you're at everybody run, look out, because all the little cute stuff that they love to tell you to do, like breathe, count to 10, walk away, that works when your anger meter is at a 5 and below. If you're on the other side of 5, the only thing you're trying to do is get the other person or turn into a brick wall and shut down. And so that's why it's very important for you to stop things before they get started. Now you might be wondering, but I can't help it. I don't understand. Well, let me tell you a little bit more about anger and how it impacts your body. Now, remember when I said that anger is really hurt or fear first? When you feel threatened, that is a real threat or what you think is a threat, your brain activates. And so that amygdala is like, okay, we got to protect what's going on. And so the other part of your brain that tells you, chill, you don't need to do that. It's not that serious. That part of your brain stops working. The only part of your brain that works in that moment is to protect you. It's all hands on deck. We don't have time to get a pole. We don't have time to do any of the other stuff. We have to protect. And you're going to fight, flee. And for some of you are like, well, I don't really flee. I kind of run or walk away. Yeah, that's what that is. So fight, flight, freeze, fawn, faint. Fawning means you go along to get along. You don't really want to do it, but you feel like that's your only option, and you basically suck it up, buttercup. And freeze is just what it sounds like. You're there, you're not moving, stuff is happening, and you're just here. Faint, just what it is. You're passing out. And so the thing is, you don't know which one you're gonna do. And once you do something, your brain and your body's like, okay, next time we're gonna fight, or next time we're gonna flee, or whatever. But the thing is, you don't know when that next time is gonna be. And so it could be in the next 30 seconds, 30 minutes, 30 years. And you're gonna just react. And so once you get activated to protect yourself, this is where testosterone and estrogen comes into play. Now, for team testosterone, that basically means you have more testosterone than estrogen. This is what typically happens. And I say typically because there are always exceptions to the rule. Now, when you feel threatened, that person, if it is a loved one that you feel threatened by, you no longer see them as a loved one. They are the enemy, and you've got to take them out by any means necessary. That means you're going all in. Now, if you're fighting, that means you're not going to be nice. You're going in, you basically click out, and you are going to keep going in 2 ways. You're going to use enough energy for that situation, or you're going to keep going until you run out of energy. So if you've ever dealt with someone or part of Team Testosterone, and you're like, all right, I got it, quit. And they're like, no, they can't stop. Why? Everything is racing very fast. And so cannot compute. You cannot have a conversation with Team Testosterone when they are that angry. The only kind of conversation you can have It's more like me, Tarzan, you, Jane. So you can't have a sit down and explore all their thoughts and feelings because right now it's time to fight. They're not trying to do anything else but get you. Now, if you are on the other side, which is brick wall and shutting down, this is where you withdraw. You're done. Whether you physically remove yourself or you're there, you're gone. Nothing's getting through. And so that doesn't mean that all hope is lost and you just let Team Testosterone tear the place up. It's for Team Testosterone to understand that they need to stop things before they get started. And also to recognize what happens when they start to get upset from 0 to 10. Don't just know about 10, know about what happens before that so that you are reminded of why you need to stop talking, why you need to remove yourself. Now, let's talk about Team Estrogen. Team Estrogen is for people who have more estrogen than testosterone. And again, there are exceptions to the rules. And it's a little different for Team Estrogen. When Team Estrogen is angry, it's like this. They know that if they say this, it's going to tick you off. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to tick you off. I compare it to the movies where there's that red button and it's like, don't hit the red button. You're going to cause an explosion. Well, Team Estrogen is like, yeah, I know exactly what's going on and I don't like you right now. You're working my very last nerve. You know what? I'm going to tear that button up. Why? Because I'm sick of you. I'm sick of this. And there are a few reasons why Team Estrogen will hit that red button. Number one, if they feel powerless, if there's an injustice, and if someone is not pulling their weight. Those are the 3 main reasons why Team Estrogen will go scorched earth on you. And that doesn't mean that, they have to hit the red button. They have to, again, tear the place up. And again, the flip side of this is, again, brick wall shutting down. Done. Nothing's getting through. And so, again, it's about stopping things before they get started. Why? Once you get over level 5, you care less. You really don't care. You will have the thoughts of, I shouldn't. And you're going to be like, yeah, but I'm gonna today. I got time. I got time today. You wanted to see the side? Here it is. And that is why it's very important for you to understand what happens from 0 to 10. And once you understand what happens, it's now your job to figure out what you can do to stop going to 10. Because I don't know about you, but if somebody is always clicking out, I don't have time for that. I always say I should be able to be in the same room with you while you're angry and not feel the need to call the cops or run out of the room. If I got to call the cops or run out of the room, something is wrong. And if you're like, but I just click out, I can't help it. That's not necessarily the truth. And I will get into that another time. We will talk about triggers. But when we're talking about anger and grief, this makes things easier for you to basically cut up or turn into a brick wall. Why? Because grief and anger amplifies the anger. You have all this extra energy. And while you're experiencing that loss, you don't have that buffer. So maybe so-and-so used to calm you down. Maybe your old home or living in your old city, you had places you can go, people you can see, food you can eat in your hometown that you can't eat where you are right now. So guess what? That buffer is not going to keep you calm and ignore the foolishness. It's gone. And so you can get irritated and snatch souls. Just like that video game that says, finish them. Yeah, you won't finish them. Mm-hmm. Then you're like, and what? Who's next? Or flip side, brick wall, shutting down. And that's not healthy for you because every time you unleash the beast on everybody else, that takes all the energy that you did have and now it's gone. And so now your energy is lower, which means you have less of a care. You thought you didn't care. Now you have zero cares to give and you don't care about your delivery. You don't care if people are upset. You don't care. And so a way to work through that is to take time out for yourself, find things that are relaxing, find things that can help you bring your joy back. Do that. Some people, I'm just going to tell you, you can't be around them. Stay away. Don't answer that phone. Scroll past that text. Leave the people alone. If you need to put a weird or funny ringtone to their phone number to remind you to leave them alone, please do that. And no, you don't have to answer every question because again, your anger meter, you're experiencing highs and lows. And when you have a high or a low, you know you shouldn't and you will. A high, you jumping right on it. You don't have time to process. And so at the end of the day, remember that you matter. This is your time to work through your grief. And everybody else is going to have to go on and handle their own business. This is not the time for you to push it to the side because it's right under the surface. And when your anger is right under the surface, it's going to pop out and say hello any kind of way. And I don't know about you, but I don't want you getting locked up because you didn't stay away from somebody. You didn't take care of yourself.